Okay, we are live. I'm going to give it a couple minutes to see who pop in. So let us see. We got a couple things to talk about with both episodes. Let's see. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see. Make sure that hey Tina. Hi, hello. How are you? Hey Aisha. I'm doing good, How you guys doing? I know that I'm about an hour late, but I had to take care of some other things. I had to take a conference call and some other stuff that goes awry. So I am here. I know you guys were probably wondering, are we doing the mid-chat today? Yes, we're doing the mid-chat today, just a little bit later than the usual time. Hey, Crystal, Cheryl, Melissa Spencer, Letitia Thickpen, hello, Janera. I'm seeing a lot of new names. Connie Cheston, welcome. Welcome to the Soap Chat. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk. I am T, and we're going to discuss both The Young and the Restless and Bold and the Beautiful for November 7th. And hey, Belinda, you've been waiting for me? Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm here. I am here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in as we talk about today's episode. So we had a situation where, I don't know, I think this was, well, maybe it wasn't, part of Diane's plan to get Victor to take sides, to take over Glissade. And what did Victor do? He went and spilled the beans to Kyle. And I'm thinking like, Diane, did you really think that Victor wasn't going to double cross you? Of course he was. Lily, maybe you should have a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Lily just went through that with Victor Newman. So, yeah. Listen, guys, I do multiple things, and I got pushed back because I know you guys was like, I hope all is well, things are good. I just had conference calls I had to take and some other things that came up work-wise, because I do also do other things as well that I had to take care of, and I had to make sure that was all good, and then be able to spend time with you guys to have a conversation. So everything is good, okay? All right. So, yeah, Diane, I don't know why she actually think that Victor was going to play her plan. You got to always expect the unexpected with Victor. Exactly, Cheryl. Victor's always 20 steps ahead. Absolutely correct. You know, so it didn't make any... Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the channel, Connie. I don't understand why she actually think that, yeah, this plan was just going to go smoothly. And what did Victor do? Victor spilled the beans. That's what she get. I don't know. And then she's got this so-called plan. Kyle confronted her. And so now she calling somebody on the phone, letting them know that something just ain't right. They know not to mess with Victor. You would think, Sherelle. I mean, seriously, what is Diane up to? Hey, Jenna, we can see your comments. I'm wondering who she's co-signing with. That's who I'm wondering. Is she talking to Jack or is she talking to somebody else? You know what I'm saying? I'm curious to find that out too. Who's she talking to? What is she up to? So that's the interesting thing. And I don't know. Maybe it's not Jack. Maybe it's somebody else. You know, of course, everybody is going to think, oh, yeah, it was Jack. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if it could be somebody else. You know? maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's Tucker or Jack or somebody. Who knows? This is sweeps month, so it could be anybody. You know what I mean? All right. So, yeah. And then, of course, Nikki is trying to protect Jack. And, I guess Victor is thinking like, you're in the way, ma'am. I'm trying to get this plan done. I'm 10 steps ahead of Diane. And what did he say? He said that he's giving Diane enough rope to hang herself. So, well, he definitely screwed her over big time. He definitely screwed her over. Sherelle said, I think it could be Tucker. We haven't seen Tucker in a while. I know. That would be interesting though. I would be interested in that, to see if maybe it was Tucker. As a surprise. And whoever this is, that's supposed to be a surprise visitor at that wedding. So who knows, right? I don't see how she can do anything. Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to figure out what she got up her sleeve. You know what I mean? Don't mess with Victor Newman. Nikki and Diane face talking tough, defending Jack. I know, really, TA? It's like, girl. And Victor is looking at Nikki like, really? You gonna sit up there and keep telling me not to go over Jack? I mean, get over on Jack. And, I'm like, Nikki, just take several seats. Chill out. She's the surprise guest. Oh, you think Diane is going to be the surprise guest at the wedding? Interesting. Yeah, well, we will definitely find out. I think that a wedding is on the 13th. I thought, according to my spoilers, I know I said it was supposed to be on the 8th. But the wedding is actually on the 13th. I think it's the 13,000th episode on November 13th. So, I mean, I would love, if it was Tucker, I would love to have him back. I like, what is his name? Trevor St. John. And then Victor had a surprise for Nikki. And, of course, we knew this was coming, that Victor was going to reveal the old ranch is back. So I thought that was cool. And she was in tears. She's so happy and excited. I posted behind the scenes footage of that on Instagram. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you do if you follow me over there at Soap Corner Talk. Yes, so Jenna says she's going to embarrass Kyle. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Totally Tanya. Hey, I know. I've seen your channel. Are you over here advertising, girly? Watch daily episodes, commentary with Totally Tanya vlogs. Well, we do recaps and stuff over here as well. So, we do recaps and stuff over here as well. But Linda said, I'm hoping it's Tucker McCall, but it's probably Jack because I think they were trying to trick Victor to get Kyle back. I'm hoping that it's Jack because that was the plan that, a lot of us was thinking that he was having. You know what I'm saying? But, it'll be interesting to see who exactly she's talking to. I mean, I think that is the default idea that we have, that is probably Jack. But what if it's something else? What if it's somebody else? Hey, Cassandra. What if it's somebody else, y'all? It could be somebody else. Who knows, right? Medora says, when is Elena coming? Maybe with Nate, maybe with the brother. Ooh, that would be interesting. What if Elena is coming in with Damien? Oh, my goodness. That would be a twist. Nate would never expect that. I think Devon would be shocked about that too. Yeah, it's about time they got that ranch redecorated. Here, listen, the thing is, Sharon was the one that burned it down about 12 years ago. Burned that sucker down 12 years ago. So it's nice to see that they brought it back. I think that's cool. So I guess we'll get to see. I wonder what they're going to do with the other set. So is the other set gone as well? We will have to see. All right. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Connie. Thank you. So let's talk about Chance and Summer. Now, Summer is hell-bent on trying to, make Chance feel bad for coming after her brother. And I'm like, girl, he's doing his job. He had to go through the exact same thing when he was married to Abby. He had to go through the exact same thing because when Victor was investigating her father, and Abby was acting the same way. How could you do this? I'm not happy about this. And Chance is like, look, let me tell you something. Is this going to be an issue for the two of us? I mean, I'm trying to make this look like I'm being out vindictive on your brother or I got it out for him when I'm just trying to follow the evidence. You know what I'm saying? And yes, Jenna, Summer noticed the fear in Sharon's eyes. She said, and when you look at Sharon, you can see the fear in her eyes. Yeah, well, I mean, they dead on. She's definitely afraid. But that was her fault because she didn't need to be at that service yesterday. They tried to tell her, both Faith and Nicholas and even Daniel, you need to go home. And she wanted to be there, and so that's what she get. That's what she get. And then going back to today's episode, I'm like, Summer, you got a handsome chief of police there. Why are you worried about Kyle? Because besides the fact of this, causing issues between the two of them when it comes to this Daniel situation, she also got issues with Kyle and Claire. And I'm like, why do you care? Well, where's Harrison? I mean, I guess you got to have some time off. And Kyle was like, look, Harrison is at home with Mrs. Martinez. They're having a good time. She goes in there talking about, well, since when does Miss Martinez supposed to watch the little boy, Harrison? And so I'm like, girls, cut it out. She needs to take several seats. She needs to chill out. She needs to relax. I mean, your man is sitting right there in front of you. And I could see why because Chance was like, is that, why do you care about what's going on? Oh, I don't care what happened to those two. But the look on your face shows otherwise, Summer. You do care what they're doing. And Chance is looking at you with a side eye. She said, I fell asleep when I saw Summer like, God, girl, relax. I know she need to relax. And she is bothered, and I'm like, you moved on. You got a whole man sitting across from you who is handsome, attractive. He's man. And you worried about Kyle? Let Kyle and Claire do Kyle and Claire. However, we did see with Kyle and Claire that Kyle asked Claire to be his date for Abby's wedding. Hey, Jenna said, I'll take... Jenna, that's your man, girl. She said, I'll take Chance from her. You go ahead, Jenna. Since Summer don't appreciate him. I mean, my God. Summer, mind your business. You over there, you should be having a moment with Chance while you worried about what they doing. Leave Kyle and Claire alone. I know, right? Summer is crazy. Ruby said Kyle would talk Claire V-car as she did his ex-wife, then get back to Summer. They are probably going to start that same waffle dance. I hope not. I mean, she needs to be focused on Chance, and Kyle is going to be focused on Claire. And let's just move on. But I have a feeling that she's going to try to get in between those two. It's like, girl, you have a man. Claire wants one. Kyle is interested. Y'all haven't been in a relationship for over a year now. Leave it alone. Kyle didn't bother you while you were dating him. Kyle didn't have a problem with you dating Chance. He wanted to make sure you was happy. Now it's his turn to move on, and now you giving them a side eye. And Chance should give you a side eye like he's doing. Jacqueline, I don't know about that either. The way that she acted on Monday, I'm not so sure about that. Belinda says Summer's definitely going to flip when she see Claire and Kyle together at that wedding. I know. And I said, when he asked her, I'm like, Claire, you better say yes. Go and find you the finest dress that you've ever seen and let Summer eat her heart out. You come up in there like the belle of the ball. Don't outshine the bride. Because the bride, that's her and her husband's day. Her and Devon's day. But you come up in there and shine, find the best dress that you can find, and let Summer get all types of green. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what she's going to wear. And then Kyle asked him, because she was like, Claire was like, you know what? I can tell when something's going on with you. What's going on with you? And he was like, man, you can read what's on my mind. And so he talks about the mystery investor. And Claire was like, oh, you mean my grandfather? Oh, yeah, I know about that. And Kyle is like, how did you know about that? And she was like, well, it's been the topic of conversation. Kyle, why wouldn't she know about that? If Victoria knows, then she probably is going to know. I don't think she heard that from Audra. She heard that from Victoria. So, did you? Yeah, I did. Karen Chance gave Summer a big old side eye. And I don't blame him. You sitting over there oogling your ex and his new date. And why wouldn't Chance give you a look? I mean, seriously? I just think that was disrespectful. Your man is sitting there and you watching your ex on a date. And Chance was like, does that bother you? And she was like, I don't care what those two do. Obviously you do, because you're staring at them. Yeah, that whole thing is just crazy. So, I mean, pretty interesting stuff. I'm going to give this episode a C. It was okay. I did like the fact of the new ranch. I am curious to find out who Diane is working with. I'm hoping it's Jack. You know what I mean? But I'm curious to find that out. And you know what, Summer? You need to take several seats. And I want Claire to come to that wedding as Kyle's date looking like the belle of the ball. As long as she don't outshine the bride and her husband. Yeah, y'all on the same page. A B-, C, C+. I'm with you on that. So, yeah, it was all right. Okay. Let's talk about Bold. This whole thing is a hot mess. And make sure you guys hit that like button. It's 106 of you guys in here. So make sure you hit the like button and, get the algorithm triggered. I see a lot of new names in the chat. So Mari gave it an F. All right. So we did come back to, of course, we got a weak love scene. Because by the time we got to today's episode, Hope and Carter was done. Okay, whatever. Just whatever. And so she is like, oh, we had a great night. I'm like, okay, but we didn't see any of it. Really, writers? And I don't know if for the ones that follow me on Instagram, I posted a scene from the November 5th episode of General Hospital. And the love scene that they had over there, and I even posted it in the clip. I said, Y&R, B&B, we need more of this on the show. That clip from General Hospital had, and I don't even watch GH, but J Money was giving us a heads up about the love scene that was in that episode. And it was, I don't know the name of the two people. Maybe, I know there might be some GH people in my chat. But whoever they are, they got it on in the kids' playroom on the floor. And she was on top of him. And she took off her bra. and they got it in. And obviously, they can only go so far. But I'm like, dang, we haven't seen them kind of scenes in a while. So maybe YNR BNB, the writers, if you are listening, and I know we sometimes joke about that, how about you guys? Oh, okay, Ivy Rose said that was Willow and Drew. Okay, so for the GH watchers, the November 5th episode, Drew and Willow got they freak on in the kids' playroom on the floor. And she was on top. We haven't seen that type of crazy work since Thope 2023. Yeah. We need to get back to that. I know, Sherelle, you wanted to see Hope get her back. You wanted to see that, huh? Listen, man. I'm like, see, that's what we should have had. We did get a picture of Carter's abs yesterday. And then Hope had her little black nightie on, and they were on the couch, and that was it. I know, that was a hot scene, Jacqueline. I don't even watch the show. And Jay Money dropped that clip to us in the group chat, and we was like, oh, I know GH is not going to outperform the CBS soaps when it comes to the love scenes. I know Drew and Willow went at it. They had clothes everywhere. Listen, I'm doing a recap on GH. I don't even watch GH. But that scene right there, they had clothes everywhere in the kids' playroom. And when he took that shirt off, he stood up in there in his boxers. And I gotta say, he's not bad. He's pretty easy on the eye. And, everybody that watched it, it was decent. All right, enough of GH. Let's go back to Bold. So we kind of got left off of that scene where Hope and Carter were done. And at this point, he decided that he's going to have a conversation with Ridge as his friend to try to fix this. Well, the only way that you can fix this is tell the truth. You and her have been seeing each other. I don't understand why this is such a big issue. It doesn't make sense to me. It seems very, very trivial. Why not just come clean with the truth? Exactly. And here's the thing. We got an answer to whether Steffy would have a problem with that or not. Because, I don't know if you guys caught this, but when she was having a conversation with her father before Eric came in, she said, I don't care if it's any other, if all I need to know is whether or not Hope has another man. If this wouldn't be a problem if she had another man. She said that. And I'm like, okay, there you go. That's all we needed to hear. She don't care. This would be no issue if she had a different man. Steffi said that. And I'm like, then y'all need to drop that on her and let, and say, hey, listen, it was me that she was waiting for and not Finn. Finn just happened to come in there, leave you your tablet or whatever it was, and she tripped over a roll of fabric while she was thinking it was me. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I mean, Steffi is giving her the open door. Steffi asked her 4 times. Ridge asked Brooke yesterday, then what is it? And neither one of them want to answer. They want to keep this so much of a big secret. Yes, Steffi said, and let me pin this by Melissa Spencer. I'm going to pin her comment. There it is. She said, until she finds out that that man, you think she would fire him too? I don't think that's the case. I thought you were saying something else. I'm sorry. Yeah, Steffi said that until she finds out that the man is Carter, she'll fire him. You can't. That would really make it personal, though. I thought you were saying something else, but she could, Melissa, but that would make it really personal. If she found out that she was waiting for Carter and not Finn, why would she need to fire Carter for being in a relationship with Finn? Everybody in that building is in a relationship with somebody that works there. Except, I mean, Steffi's married to the doctor guy, so of course Finn don't work there. But Donna works as a receptionist, right? But she's married to Eric. Okay? Ridge is in a relationship with Brooke. They both are on the executive team. So, I mean, it becomes truly personal if, in fact, Steffi said, oh, you're dating Hope, well, I'm firing you too. Then it would most definitely be personal. You know what I mean? So I don't understand why they just won't say anything. None of that makes sense to me, that this should be a big old secret or whatnot. And it's like, just tell them it wasn't Finn that she was after. It makes zero sense to me. So then we see Eric comes in, and Eric is like, did we have to get to this point? And Steffi is like, yeah, she shouldn't have been. I told her to respect my marriage, and you know. And then they got into this back and forth, Eric and Ridge, over Steffi. And Steffi was like, wait, well, I'm not trying to hear all that. She was trying to undermine my marriage, and I need her gone. Now, granted, we all know that this is a misunderstanding. But like Zende said, he could understand the fact of what was seen. Because it's history there. It's history when it comes to Hope and Finn. And when it comes to, her kissing her husband. So she saw what she saw. But at the same time, Steffi had to think she was just at home with him. There is no way that Hope would have known, that Finn was even coming in there. You know what I mean? But it really gets touchy when Carter shows up. And Carter goes in there talking about what he won't allow. And how this is being personal. And all of these crazy things he had to say to Steffi. And I'm like, dude, what do you mean you won't allow it? What do you want to allow? You're like fourth in command, because it's Steffi. Well, more than that. You got Eric, Steffi, Ridge, Brooke is on the executive team, and you're the COO. What won't you allow? What are you talking about? And if I was Ridge and Steffi, I'd be like, that term sounds familiar. You sound just like Brooke Logan. So what do you mean? What do you mean you won't allow? Yeah, what are you saying? What you gonna do? You don't own anything. Riz looked at Carter like, what did you just... Exactly, what did you say? Carter sounding like Brooke won't allow. Exactly, TA. I'm like, excuse me? What you gonna do, Carter? They could have fired him for that. Just tell the truth. Instead of trying to, create this war, all he has to say is, you know what? It was for me. It had nothing to do with your husband. She was wearing that lingerie for me. That's all she had to say. I mean, all he had to say. But now you come up in there with threats. What you want to allow? What do you mean you won't allow it? What you going to do? That don't make sense to me. Medora said Finn was told Steffi was in the design room. It was on the show. Yes, that's correct. Because we were questioning why Finn would even go over there. But, somebody told him he was there. Yeah. I mean, that she was in there. But, yeah, this whole thing with Carter is out of control. All they got to do is just tell the truth. That's it. Hey, Bree. All they got to do is just tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? And hold on. I'm going to bring Bree over. She got my message. I'm going to see what she got to say about Bold. So hold on, you guys. I'm going to see if I can bring her in. Let me see. See if we can bring Bree in. Bree in. There she go. Hey, Bree.
Hey guys, hey T, hey Sophie.
Oh my God. So I know you got a lot to say about what Carter told Steph and Ridge.
I'm lost as to why he's not even thinking about his own job. Like, just say that you're with Hope at this point. I mean, you laid it down for her, and we never got to see it.
Right.
So you might as well work to keep your job. I mean, at least we can see and witness that.
Mm-hmm.
He got the nerve to tell this woman off, and it's as simple as saying, "Hey, I'm with Hope."
That's it.
Case closed. Case closed.
Mm-hmm. That's it. You know what I mean?
He gonna risk cussing out the CEOs, both of them, and lose his job. Because Steffy even had to warn him, like, look, sir, you're treading on thin water.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I mean, did you catch when she said that, you know, this wouldn't be an issue if she was waiting for any other man? Did you hear her say that?
Yeah, so just say that you're the other man. Case closed.
Exactly.
I do not get the secrecy. He's trying to live out Hope's fetish, and like if it's the fetish of like keeping a secret, okay, keep it a secret amongst like other people, but keep your jobs.
Right.
If it means you both are employed at the end of all of this, so be it.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. Just say who it is, and like we heard, like I was saying, Steffi said if it's anybody else, this wouldn't be an issue. Okay, fine then. Then put it out there. Let Carter go instead of listening to Hope. Because, see, that's the thing. Hope is the one controlling this entire situation. And it's just not smart. Y'all rather go through all this angst and drama and got Brooke keeping secrets and all this kind of stuff when they could just say, you know what? Hope and I are seeing each other. When she was wearing that lingerie, she thought I was coming back into the design room. That was for me. She did not know that had anything, you know, Finn didn't know that, you know, she was in there. Hope didn't expect Finn to come in there. It's just, I don't know. You think it's just bad writing on how they wanted to do this?
I feel like they're scrambling since Thomas isn't around.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of tell, and just the way that they're writing Carter, and you saw the stuff I sent in regards to him, like, defending himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the viewers are just confused. Like, none of this adds up. The fact that this girl fell in love and can say, I love you at the drop of a hat now, in less than a month, and has no problem sleeping with people in less than a month. It's just, if it's to move Hope's storyline along and you want to throw Carter in the mix, okay, that's fine. But him crashing out over this girl and they both are at risk of losing their jobs, and it's as simple as just opening up your mouth and saying, hey, we're seeing each other.
Right.
Like, I understand the soap drama. I get that. But the writing is just thrown together and makes no sense. It really doesn't, if whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Over at CBS.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. All they got to do, I mean, I don't understand why does Hope really truly want to keep this a secret? You got Donna, like I was saying, Donna obviously is a receptionist. She's in a relationship with Eric. Brooke
She's
and Ridge.
still a receptionist.
She worked there. It's not like even before they got married, they were entertaining each other. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's the same thing with Brooke and Ridge. They both work on the executive team and they're dating. So there should not be an issue with Hope dating Carter.
I agree. Otherwise, they will all be hypocrites if they fire Hope and Carter, or even either which one, over an in-office relationship, when almost everybody on that show has had an in-office relationship. As a matter of fact, Katie and Carter dated.
There you go. Card also dated Paris, who worked there one time, and her sister Zoe, who worked there one time. They all dated each other as co-workers.
Yeah, Thomas and Hope were together. Then you got RJ, and he was dating a whole intern, a
Exactly.
psychopath intern.
You-
So
Mhm.
I'm confused. Zende has dated the models. He's dated. He's had relationships within there too. He also was with Paris. So what is the big deal? Unless this is just a fetish of Hope's.
Or this is something else with Hope, a fetish or a way to control something, which it's just not smart. First of all, we talked about what happened in the design room. It was the way she went about the whole thing. I know she was being spontaneous, but it wasn't smart, especially knowing that the man left the building. And then now this whole situation of them keeping this a secret, and then Ridge had a whole conversation with her the other day about this, and she can't say anything. Just trust my word. Just trust me that it's a big misunderstanding. You're going to want to know why.
Yes, and he's the CEO of that company, and she's shedding tears saying, like, you don't trust me. You don't trust me. Like, I'm your Logan. Like, you should trust my word than what your daughter has to say. Like, come on, Brooke. You got to give this man a little bit of something more than this, than just to trust your word.
Girl, so it's just, this whole plot line is just insane, and I'm going to mention what you sent over. So there had been some folks that were sending or tagging Lawrence St. Victor on, this whole storyline, right? And so he pretty much had to tell them, like, look, I'm not in control of how everything is supposed to go with what I write or whatever. And I guess he got some other derogatory things. And it's like, look, y'all, I get it. And I mean, it does cross our mind sometime, like, hey, he writes, and this is the type of stuff you're writing, but obviously he doesn't have the final say. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I think some of us just need to, like, I know we got our issues with the plot line, because to me it just don't make sense. And I know this is for November sweeps, but good God. It's just crazy how this is all coming together. I mean, the rewrites, this stupid secret. It's just a lot of things that lack continuity. So, what do you think? Right. What is your thoughts on it?
When I saw him defend himself, and I actually went back and looked at some of the comments, like, I get it from a fan perspective, and I also get his perspective. Like, as fans, we want to vent out our frustrations as a viewer. Like, I do get that. And that's what our this platform here, and like blog sites and everything, like, that's where we were able to, share grievances. Do get that. But this man is also an actor. He also is trying to fulfill a job. And I don't feel it's appropriate to attack that man when there's like specific blogs and forums. And of course you can go on to like the YouTube videos that they post clips on and voice your opinions on there. But to attack that man and saying that he's writing storylines where he gets to like kiss all these different actresses, that's going a little overboard.
Right.
And it should be common knowledge that he has no control over the direction of the show.
Right.
That's Bradley Bell. So if there's any complaints, send it to that man or even to CBS production. Like, don't go to these actors. And one more quick thing, people need to stop complaining about Zende's character and sending attacks to that actor still present day.
That's crazy.
Yes, it is. Like, leave this man alone. Like, that storyline has been done. They said, like, there was stuff that was circling since Luna's coming back and saying, like, I hope you don't have to see Zende on screen. Like, he's a P word, basically. And they spelled it out that Luna, we all know the story. Like, it's just insane. Like, when fans, grown people attacking professional actors, and all they're doing is just fulfilling a role, and they're writing. Lawrence is also writing, so he can try to give us some sort of material. Like, don't attack the actual person. Like, if you're mad about the character, come over here. Like, we're talking about it. Like, this is like what this is for, and same with the blogs. But to go to their personal page and attack them, he shouldn't have to come out and defend himself and saying that he's writing himself in just to get with other actors. Like, that's a bit disrespectful.
Yeah, this is a married man. I mean, it's not like I can write myself to be with all these different women. He's a husband and a father.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful to his wife for people to say something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, these are still people.
Right. Exactly.
And you're right, Sandra. This happens all the time. And it's unnerving because these are grown people who are doing this.
Yeah, but it just seems very, very cliche on the ones that they do this with, because I mean, Eric Braeden had to come out a few months back about who was that? Devon and Lily.
Lily, and Nate, the actors who portray them,
right? And
saying like for Eric Braeden to jump on Twitter or jump on whatever social media site, this man took time out of his day to check this woman. Like, it shouldn't have to come to that point, because like, these are still actors, these are still human beings, and they're getting paid for a role so that we're entertained.
Well, here's the thing, Bree. That's why reporting media in a way of integrity is always important. Because it's easy to blur the lines. That's what it happens on reality TV shows, and the soaps are completely fictional. It's all scripted.
Yeah.
And so I know people see these folks on the TV screen and they get on your nerves and they get under your skin, but Lawrence St. Victor or Jacqueline McInnes Woods or Annika Noel, Catherine Kelly Lang, the list can go on and on and on. These are people that's portraying roles.
Really, Jenna?
What
she said Michelle Stafford had to go off on Twitter because of the horrible things they were saying to her. They even threatened her life. Like, that is.
But this is the time period that we didn't have these types of things back then, right?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, somebody might not like the actor or actress or I mean, not the characters, I should say. But we're in a time period where it's facts over feelings. I mean, feelings over facts, when it should be the other way around. And the thing is that it sucks that this is where we're at the point where Lawrence St. Victor had to write something like that, or Michelle Stafford had to shut down her Twitter for the moment because of what's happening on a TV show, or Eric Braeden got to come out and speak for his castmates because of some crazy comment. You know what I mean? So. And
then you got the actor who plays Zende having to still defend himself for a storyline that happened in February.
Right. Yep. That is true, Jenna. We didn't have social media back then. You're right.
Yeah, but like, these are human beings. Like, we complain about characters. That's why I appreciate your podcast, T, because we complain about the characters and the storylines.
Exactly.
We will always praise like good acting and great, like, you know, we would never attack people. Like, we attack characters because, once again, this is fiction. This is TV.
Right. Exactly. So anyway, back to Carter. But he's still out of line for trying to tell somebody he won't allow it.
and what part ownership does he have within that company?
None.
Did I miss something?
He's an employee.
For how long?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because, I mean, he's getting a lot of leeway talking like he's talking right now. I'm curious to see what's going to go down tomorrow in that CEO office.
Me too, because he left his house and early in the morning to go to his job. He gonna walk out within the hour and get fired. I almost guarantee that.
Girl, I'm like, because at first I thought he was going to tell. He came in there calm. He was like, hey, it's a big misunderstanding. And, Steffi wasn't trying to hear it. She's like, I saw what I saw. And then he was like, yeah, but you're mistaken. And then it went left.
Right. I thought he was going to actually say, like, hey, I'm seeing Hope. Like,
right.
He doesn't have to necessarily listen to Hope because this affects him too.
Exactly.
A great deal.
But
because she said, like, hey, you're defending Hope. Okay, well, I'm defending her for such and such. Right. Just tell the truth.
Just tell them, like, listen, me and Hope been seeing each other. And Steffi can think she's just trying to see you to keep her line going. Okay, you might think that, but that's not the case. Well, at least on Carter's part, it's not the case. We don't know if that's Hope's issue, but
I mean, whether she believes it or not, it ain't her husband, as she keeps saying.
Right, like, exactly.
And that's the whole, like, issue. She has an issue with, like, Hope going after her husband. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's understandable. Well, I'm seeing Hope. Case closed. Bring her back on. You were mistaken. Problem solved.
Exactly.
Like, even if they don't bring the line back, they can bring her back on as an employee, I don't know, doing janitorial services, managing, answering something.
Wait a minute, hold on a second. Carter better be lucky that this is Bree and T that's taking easy on him, because if it was Keisha, he wouldn't have a chance.
Is Keisha going to be on tomorrow?
Probably, I would assume.
Okay, well, he lives another day until tomorrow.
Oh man, I know. You know who else gonna have something to say about that is Trish.
Yes,
she's already talking about it.
Yes, she gonna bring up all them Trish shoes that this man gonna have.
I know, right?
I miss Trish, you guys. I know you guys do too. Like, we really do miss her over here, because there's so much commentary in regards to Diane. I cannot wait.
Oh yeah, she gonna need an actual podcast time slot for her to air out all her grievances.
Okay, well, Carter can't live another day. Jenna said she's here. She gonna get him together regardless.
Oh, Jenna said, I'm here.
Yep. She gonna get Carter and Diane together.
Okay, Bree, let me ask you, what do you think about Eric's reaction to this?
Oh, I expected this. He is forever Brooke's cheerleader. That's why even Brooke, Katie were like, oh, well, yeah, Eric's usually reasonable. No, he usually always folds because it's Brooke. Right. No matter what it is. If it's her kids, anybody. He will forever fold for Brooke.
You heard what he said. Brooke is going to be really upset about this. And I'm like...
Exactly. He's more concerned about Brooke, but not his granddaughter.
Right.
And that's how it's always going to be. And Steffi's reaction to Eric, that she was like, look, all right, I knew this was coming. Mm-hmm. She knows how her grandfather is. Mm-hmm. So that's why they all want to go to Ridge about trying to flip his decision, because they know they put Eric and Ridge together, that decision's done.
Right. Yep.
And that's sad. And she's a whole owner of that company. And her say really doesn't mean anything. Mm-hmm. She has to beg her daddy to be on her side.
Right. Girl. I was looking at Eric like, really, Eric? That's what we doing? And Go ahead.
I was going to say, that's a great question, Jenna. Why are they so afraid of Brooke?
Yeah. Your kid, it ain't like she gonna take you to child support court or anything. Your kid's grown, Eric. They gone.
Extra grown, and they got their own kids.
Exactly. So it's like, why are you so hard pressed about Hope? Not about Hope, about Brooke. And then even when we were talking the other day about Ridge talking to Brooke, he was like, he looking like he got, like I said the other day, like a kid that got in trouble at school when he came in there.
Yes. And she scolds this man like he doesn't have the right to have a say is what happens with his company, his family's company. And she's not even his wife. She's just a live-in girlfriend.
Right. Please. All right. Everything else, we had this conversation with Zende, Katie, and Brooke. What did you think about that?
I feel for Zende. I really do. I think out of all the designers that Hope has had, he's been with her the longest. And that kind of pulls like the wool, like pulls the rug from up underneath him. But at the same time, the way he was kind of going at it, talking about Hope, I'm like, sir, like it is okay.
Right.
She is rich. She's okay. Like, she doesn't have to really worry about the unemployment office because she's a multimillionaire. I'm pretty sure that she'll be fine. Right. And same way he will be fine because he is a forester. He can work on other lines or start his own, which would be a great storyline writers.
Yep, let him start his own, so... Yeah, I was like, I get it. Carter's trying to fight for his job, because he was the designer on it and everything. But it was just how he was coming across. They can't do this to Hope. It's like, dude, you don't even know the whole story.
And the fact that he said they can't do this to Hope. They can do this to their employees. Yes, they can.
Girl, that's a level of entitlement. And I mean, Hope, she's just absorbing all of this. You got her auntie fighting for this, and her mom fighting for this. Now you got Zende on board. You got Carter on board. And it's like, she got to be eating all this attention up. Look at this. They're fighting for me.
Yeah, this is just... I don't know what the medical term would be, but like I said, the perfect person that she could ever be with who would love her unconditionally would be a mirror.
That's a good one.
Yes, a mirror. That I mean, she will forever be, like you said, she loves words of affirmation. Like a mirror would definitely give that to her. She don't have to worry about commitment either.
Nope.
She don't have to worry about marriage proposals, feeling pressure, and she can also keep it a secret.
Yep. Oh, man. What did you think about the storyline with Elektra and Will? Were you interested at all?
I forgot about them.
And then there's two other girls in there who look like they don't like Elektra, and I'm like, are y'all gonna try to create some type of mean girl type thing? I'm like, I'm not interested in that.
I'm like, it's a pretty girl battle, pretty this, pretty that. I'm like, okay, yeah, good. Yeah. I mean, he looks and sounds like Joshua Merrill. He is his daddy's child, seriously.
And I actually thought that Crew was his oldest. He's the second oldest. I don't know if his oldest son is in acting or whatever, but yeah, he sounds like him. You can
same demeanor, everything. I'm like, this is Nick. Okay.
Yeah, he is attractive. He threw on that big old smile, when he was smiling at Elektra. I'm like, yeah, I wonder, do Josh Morrow is on the back end watching his son work? Or is he like helping him or giving him tips, and stuff like that? Or do we just leave him by himself and say, hey, I see you when you get home,
I think it might be a mix of everything. Plus, they're all in the same production studio, so I can see him hopping in to see how's my boy doing.
Right. Yeah, I think that's cool. But he sounds like, you can tell by the voice tone and his mannerisms. You know how Nick be kind of shifting from side to side when he talk a little bit, and he get that look on his, that's his son.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't know if I'm interested in the storyline though, so I would be interested to see what Ivy plays in this, how long she's going to be around. Would they put her back with Liam?
I mean, he don't really have many options now. Steffi said no. Hope she fell in love with the wind. So Liam doesn't have a chance. Only person is Ivy.
Yeah. So I would be interested in maybe seeing, at least give give Liam some opportunity to get some time with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, maybe he should just be alone for just a little bit long. Actually, you know what would be a great storyline, writers? Make him a playboy.
He was already playing back and forth between Hope and Steffi.
No, like a playboy who is not emotionally invested. Kind of like how they originally tried to make Thomas's character. But just make him, he's a billionaire son, just let him be a playboy. Let him go through a bunch of models and like really pull into like that dollar bill mentality.
I don't know. The girl, you talking about Tofu Boy, right?
I mean, look, it would be like something different and something refreshing instead of him like trying to go back and forth between all these different women. And I if he's already on his daddy's couch, he might as well, I mean, just be single, like a dollar bill, and just have these women come to him. I would love to see them kind of transform him into like a bad boy.
I guess I don't know. They got to do something with Ivy, and I mean, who else would she be able to be open to dating? Zende?
Her cousin?
Oh, that's wait a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because that's Kristen's son.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Who else? Ain't nobody else free but Liam for her.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, Zende, he can, I guess he might be able to mosey his way over to a Logan, but I mean, like, I guess Katie, I don't know. Like, he really don't have many options himself.
Right, exactly.
Unless they were to bring back, and what I was hoping for, they bring back Thomas and Paris together. But, I guess the actress who plays Paris, she doing other things. So I don't know. They could bring J Money might actually get his wish since we see Luna tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. I have to see how this whole Electra and Will thing materializes. I mean, it's a cute little teenage romance, young adult. I think, what is he supposed to be, like 19 or something? Which, he's 18. I don't know. I just have to let it see. I'm more interested to see what Carter's gonna do stupidly for Hope. So.
Oh, get fired.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And rightfully so. So I would be pleasantly surprised if he doesn't get fired.
Yep. And then he's going to come back with an idea to take down Forrester?
It's going to be a lawsuit.
You think so?
Because they keep pressing about Steffi firing people for personal reasons or making decisions over personal reasons. There's just no way this is not going to be a lawsuit, and I think to progress the storyline, he'll get fired.
Yeah, well, girl, we will see, right?
Yeah. And what if they bring on a new character? Because I would assume maybe Carter won't be able to defend himself, and Hope maybe they would hire on like a lawyer character to come on the show.
It's possible. I don't know. I just want to see what he does next. I would prefer him to just tell the truth, because that'll save all this other unnecessary stuff. But obviously, we need drama for November sweeps.
Yeah, and that would be too much like right. That would make perfect sense. And none of these soaps rely on sense at all.
Nope, that's what makes for soapy drama. Absolutely. So,
yeah.
Right quick, what did you think? Who do you think Diane was talking to?
You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping it's Tucker.
I'm hoping it's Tucker too, but
because especially since Ashley's coming back, I think Lawrence St. John, or I forget what his name is.
St. John.
Trevor St. John. I think he's finished with his project.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. If they don't bring him back, that would make me sad because he's a talented actor and he made the character funny. But if they bring the character Tucker back,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't hate it. It would make perfect sense. Especially since Tucker and Jack still have issues.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, or on the flip, or well, it's not Jeremy Stark because he's gone. Yeah, or else it's Jack.
I can't see it being Jack, but if it's Jack, then I mean, okay. I mean, the fans would kind of have read right through that. It would be like a fun, interesting twist if that mystery person who's supposed to be showing up to Abby and Devon's wedding happens to be Tucker, especially since that is his son.
Yeah, that would be interesting. When is the 13th?
Next Friday.
The 13th?
I believe. Oh, actually, next Wednesday.
Yeah, as usual, on a Wednesday we get the good episodes.
Yeah, they want us to talk about it.
Yep, so. All right, girl. Oh, yeah, right quick. I'm going to ask you this, too, about Summer looking all crazy at Claire and Kyle.
I'm like, don't you have a man? You have one of the finest, delicious, handsome, just out of all the men in soaps, like, he is just gorgeous. Why are we worried about Johnny Bravo?
Girl.
And the babysitter. She's the babysitter club. Like, no. Like, let that run his course, same way he ran his course through Audra, and then she had other people run her course through her too. Like, let that just be. And if you wanted that man, she had an opportunity months ago, especially when she was doing that lawsuit.
Exactly.
It would solidify some reason as to why she's trying to go after Kyle.
Yep. So, I don't know. Summer need to go take several seats, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, girl.
Steal her man.
I know. All right, girl. Thanks for popping in. Make sure you guys hit that like button on the way out. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow on all of the other platforms. I am T.
And I am Bree.
And this is Soap Corner Talk. And we will see you guys later. Bye, Soapies.
Bye, guys.